In predicting what's to come, it's no bad thing to look at what's come before, a fact as true of fashion as anything else. Summer 2016 silhouettes will have more than a little in common with iconic looks from the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. As for textures, prepare for everything from dainty to rustic. It's also time for colour to come to the fore. Indian designer MANISH ARORA shows how it's done, with his futurist take on the gypsy queen trope.
It's kind of my memory of when I was a teenager. I wanted to bring that back, but still make it relevant to now. Everything was luxurious evening wear, yet it was very comfortable, because I know when I go to a disco how comfortable I want to be. That was the idea. Yes.
For a long time, fashion believed that seduction and comfort were mutually exclusive. That's no longer true, thanks to designers like YOHJI YAMAMOTO. His clothes are voluminous, with shoes you can actually walk in. He believes people and their ideas should be able to move unrestricted.
In the future, we will not be necessary to have passport. This is my dream.
Isn't it impossible?
I think it's impossible, but we have to make an effort until we fall down.
Other designers are happier trying to change the world of fashion. It's not so much about doing away with the rules entirely as offering up alternative visions of what can be considered beautiful. Designer VERONIQUE LEROY is showcasing some dissonant silhouettes.
I've tried to combine clothes that aren't supposed to go together. I remembered the clothes I tried to wear when I was younger, and none of it worked. And I tried to rework that idea with a slightly sexy edge. It's a sort of uniform that this girl wears, and because she's not conventionally sexy, she wears things that don't go. But actually, it works in the end, because it offers us another understanding of what may or may not be beautiful.
Designers are constantly capitalizing on new technology. Yoshiyuki Miyame's collection for Issey Miyake takes ultra-thin fabric made from vegetable fibers and does something rather unusual with it.
So we call it baked stretch, like a bread, croissant or baguette.
It's put in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, which fixes the glue and pleats the fabric, an effect they hope evokes the energy of the natural world. Elsewhere, Gwendoline Christie of Game of Thrones fame is lying down draped in a fishing net. Dutch designer Iris van Herpen likes to experiment, combining organic matter and 3D printing in her work, a move to reconcile otherwise contradictory materials.
The collection is very organically inspired. It's inspired by the living tree bridges in India. And these bridges are not made by human, they are grown from tree roots and are still alive. So these bridges change their shape and their structure over time. And I think it's a very beautiful example of something that is already there for hundreds of years and showing our potential of living architecture.
Not all designers are so scientifically attuned. At KENZO, the American duo Humberto Leon and Carol Lim have set out to deconstruct the humble swimming costume.
We really almost kind of looked at these shrunken dresses and a lot of swimwear references throughout the entire collection. Some more obvious as real swim and some just kind of swimwear details throughout the entire collection. And that's been a big jumping point from the beginning.
New arrivals at the helm of CARVEN. Two young designers from the Atelier Chardin-Savard, one of Paris's most innovative fashion schools. ADRIEN, CAILLAUDAUD and Alexis Martial took deep-sea diving as their inspiration, a hymn to simplicity.
It was important for us to put forward a real narrative proposition for our summer collection, but at the same time to create products that girls will wear. The collection's for edgy girls with truly distinct personalities.
This summer will also be a season of farewells, as Alber Elbaz, creative head at Lanvin for almost 15 years, leaves the luxury label. After some messy financial disputes, summer 2016's collection will be his last. He'll be replaced by Parisian Boucherat Gérard. Hedi Slimane launched his career at Saint Laurent. He went on to launch Dior Homme, only to return to Saint Laurent. But after 4 years of extraordinary growth at the label, he's off again. Anthony Vaccarello, formerly at Versace, will take his place, while also maintaining his own fashion house.
You need to be happy with your own label before being able to give a part of yourself to another fashion house. In this job, it's all about planning. Creativity, of course, but also planning and sticking to deadlines.
Ready to wear is, of course, about business, but it's also about celebrating the creative process. They might be serious on the runway, but backstage, it's a very different story.
Je m'appelle Amita.